emergency services. They have been provided with a direct line emergency telephone to the service controller. To maintain the integrity of the place of safety, ensure the fire door is properly closed once the last customer has entered the escape shaft. The door at the top of this shaft is alarmed and does exit airside. Again, you'll be met by an armed response unit, and the airport will need to restrict plane movement in this area for your safe evacuation. You must inform the service controller of your intended evacuation route. Continuing our journey to Terminal 5, the next signal we approach is X400A. When a train is berthed in the arrivals platform at Terminal 5, you'll need to come to a complete standstill and draw up fully for this signal to clear, allowing you up to X400B. Signal X400A is provided with an illuminated A sign. With the A illuminated, this signal should be treated as an automatic signal. And when the key protection switch at Terminal 5 is operated, the signal will be turned to danger and the illuminated A will be extinguished. With the A sign extinguished, this signal must be treated as a semi-automatic signal. It also has a new style signal post telephone with associated come to phone sign. Below X400A, you will see the repeating signal RX400B1. The next signal we encounter is repeating signal RX400B2. Followed by signal X400B, which is approach controlled. You must be travelling at less than 34 miles an hour, and the platform at Terminal 5 must be vacant for this signal to clear. It is also equipped with an illuminated A sign, again in order to support the key protection switch arrangements at Terminal 5, and has a new style signal post telephone. At this location you will see repeating signal RX400C. The next signal you approach is X400C, which is again approach controlled, but this time you must be travelling at less than 30 miles an hour for it to clear. It is also equipped with an illuminated A sign to support the key protection switch arrangement at Terminal 5, and has a new style signal post telephone. At this location you will also see a permanent speed restriction sign of 20 miles per hour for your approach to the platform, which is necessary to support the optimum platform train interface arrangements at Terminal 5. In other words, this speed enables us to achieve the smallest possible gap between the train and the platform edge. This is also the speed at which the platform draw-up semi-automatic signal WZ1100 is set, and this signal serves two purposes. It ensures a 20 miles per hour speed restriction is maintained and provides overrun protection into the sidings. You have now arrived at Terminal 5, westbound Platform 5, where you will see fixed red light FRLWZ11. This denotes the end of a permissible passenger move. Here you will see a stopping mark to indicate your correct stopping position, an OPO barrier, OPO mirror, train operator's information board, and a new headwall unit. The headwall unit houses a shunt signal WZ11, which is a fibre optic shunt signal. It is a new style signal for the Piccadilly line, and this particular signal only illuminates once the signal clears. Within the headwall unit you will also find a clock, a CCTV camera, the access walkway lighting switch, the westbound tunnel lighting switch, WZ11 signal post telephone, the tunnel telephone for westbound traction current section Heathrow Central to Heathrow Terminal 5, an autophone, the staff protection key switch, the CSDE cutout switch, and the sidings traction isolation switch. When the signal clears, a shunt route indicator will illuminate to indicate whether you have route 1 into the south siding 21 road or route 2 into the north siding 22 road. If the shunt signal is degraded or failing in any way, i.e. there's no red light or white light, treat it as a signal at danger. You will need authority to proceed, contact the service operator and comply with the appropriate rulebook procedure. Under the signal you will find the remote secured signs for proving route 1 into the south siding 21 road and route 2 into the north siding 22 road if required. Once your train is detrained and you're ready to depart the westbound platform, you'll be given the shunt signal into the sidings. We will begin with shunt signal WZ11 route 2 into the north siding 22 road. Attached to the headwall unit is a rail gap indicator for the eastbound traction current section Heathrow Terminal 5 to Heathrow Central. Should WZ11 route 2 to the north siding 22 road clear, and the traction current on the eastbound section Heathrow Terminal 5 to Heathrow Central be discharged, this rail gap indicator will illuminate. If this is the case, do not depart the platform, but contact the service controller. As you proceed from the platform, tunnel telephone handsets have been provided along the emergency walkway between the station and the sidings, should you need to discharge traction current in an emergency. As you pass the station limit marker boards and go under the dedicated walkway overbridge, on the left you'll pass the EDF power link enclosure. This houses the isolation switches for the sidings. For entry to both the sidings there is a permanent speed restriction of 15 miles per hour. Shunt signal WZ11 route 2 will take you over 4 points, line in the reverse position and on and into the sidings. Halfway along each siding is a speed-controlled train stop set at 15 miles per hour. There are 7 fixed yellow lights and 4 countdown markers along the wall of each siding. Tunnel telephone wires are provided along the length of each siding should you need to discharge traction current in an emergency. As you approach the west end of the siding, you will see the boarding and alighting platform, which is there to enable safe access to and from berth trains. You will also notice a track-based stopping mark, as well as a green stopping segment on the boarding and alighting platform and along the siding wall to assist you with the correct berthing position of your train. Here there's also a fixed train stop. At the end of each siding is a buffer, 2 fixed red lights and a track circuit interrupter, which if you overrun will leave the siding track circuit permanently occupied. An alarm will sound in Earls Court Control Room and in the Terminal 5 London Underground Supervisor's Office. Should this happen, you must contact the service controller immediately. At the rear of each siding is a fire door that allows you access to the other siding, providing a dedicated walking route back to the station concourse, or an escape shaft to the surface should staff need to evacuate this area. At the top of the escape shaft is an autophone, along with an alarm door. Ensure you've notified the service controller of your escape route before exiting from this point. You have train radio coverage for the entire length of both these routes. On changing ends in the sidings, you will find another boarding and alighting platform. Both boarding and alighting platforms at the east end of the sidings are fitted with a new style signal post telephone, autophone, and train ready to depart plunger. Having changed ends, you must always press this train ready to depart plunger as soon as possible in order to leave the siding. A visual illumination will give you confirmation that the plunger has been operated. From the north siding, 22 Road, shunt signal WZ2 with 4 and 3 points, line in the normal position enables you to depart on and into Terminal 5's eastbound Platform 6. There's also a remote secured facility for this route. The points you cross over to enter and depart the sidings number 3 and 4 points, are new style points powered by electric point machines, as are 10A and 8 points at the Pick-X junction. If the points are not lying in the correct position, a technical officer is required to wind them over before they can be scotched and clipped. An S1 key opens the scotch and clip boxes, which are positioned by each set of points. The points are marked where the clips should be placed. Before we enter the eastbound platform from the siding, let us return to the westbound platform and accept shunt signal WZ11 Route 1 into the south siding, 21 Road. The route from the platform is the same until you reach numbers 3 and 4 points, which are now lying in the normal position. Again, entry speed into the sidings is 15 miles per hour. The south siding, 21 Road, is a mirror image of the north siding, and so be aware of the speed-controlled train stop set at 15 miles an hour halfway down the siding. As before, at the end of the siding is a boarding and alighting platform, a fixed train stop, the stopping mark, a buffer, the 2 fixed red lights, and a track circuit interrupter. Again, from the south siding there is a fire door that provides you with access to the north siding or a route to the surface via the escape shaft. We have now changed ends. The boarding and lighting platform at the east end of the south siding, 21 Road, is fitted with the same equipment as the boarding and lighting platform on the north siding, 22 Road, namely a new style signal post telephone, autophone, and train ready to depart plunger. Remember, without operating the train ready to depart plunger, you are unable to leave the siding. From the south siding, 21 Road, shunt signal WZ1 enables you to depart with 3 points lying in the reverse position, taking you on and into Terminal 5's eastbound Platform 6. There is also a remote secured facility on this route. The south siding, 21 Road, also has a rail gap indicator. Should shunt signal WZ1 clear and the traction current be discharged on the eastbound section, Heathrow Terminal 5 to Heathrow Central, then the rail gap indicator will illuminate. If this occurs, do not depart the sidings but contact the service controller at Earls Court. WZ1 shunt signal is now clear. We are authorised to proceed into Terminal 5's eastbound Platform 6. From this location, you can clearly see the dedicated walkway, including the overbridge staircase that takes you from the sidings to the station and vice versa. For security reasons, access from the station concourse to the sidings is controlled via a security keypad. This code is changed regularly. You will need to contact the service controller to obtain the current code. Access to the station from the sidings is via a normal J-door key. Looking back towards the westbound platform 5, you'll also see the wrong road fixed red light. Exit speed from both sidings all the way into Terminal 5's eastbound platform 6 is 15 miles per hour, as indicated by the 15 mile per hour permanent speed restriction sign ahead. On arrival to eastbound platform 6, you'll see a train operator's information board, stopping mark to denote your correct stopping position, an OPO barrier, OPO mirror,